Okay, folks, Mike's Instant Movie Review. Batman Begins. You're not mishearing me. Apparently, today is International Batman Day. Not the originals, but the Christopher Nolan trilogy is being re-released. Christian Bale, all these wonderful people, Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, Ken Watanabe. Am I saying these names correctly? I hope so. Very exciting, Morgan Freeman. So I believe this movie came out in 2009. If you haven't seen it, I guess you should see it. I actually quite enjoyed it. In fact, I enjoyed it more this time than I did back in the day that I saw it. I'll give you a quick little anecdote, which means a story. When I first saw this movie, I was at a film workshop, so to speak, a workshop, main media workshops. It was the hot summer, I believe, 2009. You know, you go to these film workshops, you have these temporal friendships, people come and go, and you kind of strike up conversations. So this gentleman was really wanting to see this Batman Begins movie at the time. Everyone was really excited because Christopher Nolan was an up-and-comer. He had done some big things, but this was kind of like a big progress thing. Same thing with Christian Bale. He had done American Psycho, but he wasn't quite all Christian Bale-y yet. So the big conversation was, well, who wants to go see the movies? And I fucking had a car, and I could have just as easily driven, to the local theater, which was like a 10-minute drive, but it turned out to be like an hour-long walk. But me and this other schmuck, I don't even remember who this person is now, but someone, we're like, we're going to be men. We're going to walk to the theater. We're going to get our exercise. Well, turned out to be a big fucking mistake. It was a hot summer day. This is Maine. Maine is not known for being like a super hot state, but in the summer it gets hot. So we walked from Rockport to Camden, Maine, which is like, a small town to a slightly less small town where they had like their one theater. The theater was like something from the mid-1980s. And this walk, which was treacherous, and once we started walking, it was like we were too proud to turn around and go back and get a vehicle. In fact, neither one of us was wearing hats or had suntan lotion. We were getting sweaty, we were getting miserable. At one point, we saw like a small, like little hardware store. So we walked in there, seeing if we could buy hats or bottled water or something. And they didn't have any hats or bottled water to sell us, but the kind gentleman gave us like free painter's caps. Okay. So we're walking around with these chintzy ass, free paper thin fucking painter hats, walking to the goddamn theater for another 40 or 45 minutes, soaking wet in man sweat, get to the goddamn theater. Then I think the the air conditioning was barely working. The actual auditorium was something from like the 1970s or 80s. This is just people doing their thing. This is 2009 at the time. So, we're just miserable. And then you've got this 2-hour and 15-minute long movie. And I don't know if you even got there on time, if we missed a few minutes. But in any event, we just did not have the best of times, okay? The movie did not look or sound great because it's a big-time movie in a small-town theater. We were sweaty gentlemen. I believe, we sat in the middle of a row instead of on the end like I prefer. And I just remember it was a miserable fucking experience. So that was then, this is now. Now I'm in this wonderful AMC theater. On Batman Day, I looked at all the different apps and figured out where to go see this movie, where the smallest possible crowd would be. I thought I had the whole theater auditorium to myself. I didn't. A lovely couple came in a few minutes after I did, and eventually I moved forward a little bit to stretch out. I did have something in my pocket that I lost, a medical instrument, which I'm a little upset about, but I'll get over it. I wasn't going to go reaching underneath the chair and on my hands and knees digging around. It's not that big a deal, although I thought I'd mention it. Always keep your personal property above ground. These Auditorium chairs tend to suck things up like a couch at home, so you want to be careful. If you can, sit on the end seat, like the left side, like I do, and put your personal items on the ground next to you. Yes, it's still the nasty auditorium rug carpet, but at least it's not the sticky, infested, popcorn-infested ground. Anyway, what'd you think of the movie, Mike? Well, I guess I'll tell you now. I liked it. I did. Look, I woke up this morning very early. I was a bit tired. I will admit to dozing off a couple of times, like in the 40 to 60 percentile of the film. That's not the film's fault. It's just that I'm a tired guy. You know, I'm doing my thing. I needed to catch a breather. But just seeing all these wonderful people in this wonderful movie, the special effects, it's interesting that even from 2009 to now, you can see that CGI has improved. For instance, the bats, like the literal, I mean, I'm not sure if, they gave a credit to another writer, Gary, not Gary Oldman, but some Gary or whatever the fuck. Some guy did the story and the script for this, along with, what's his dick, and Nolan. And I'm not sure how much he went on a limb and invented as far as like the little Batman, the little Bruce Wayne falling down the well and he gets scared by the bats and all that crap. But I did find that interesting. I'm not sure if that's canon or just making shit up as you go along. The first scene in the movie, back like the childhood flashback, I thought Batman had a sister for a moment. I didn't put two and fucking two together and say, oh, this was the housekeeper's, or, you know, dare I say, maid's daughter, the young person that would become the Katie Holmes character, the district attorney for Gotham. So, you know, I thought maybe it would be interesting if Bruce Wayne had like a secret brother. Like, that's, here you go, assholes in Holly Fuckland. How about a sequel where, you know, Bruce Wayne's father had a little liaison with a nurse and knocked her up, and she had a child that grew up to be the half sibling of fucking Batman. But did they do that with the fucking Riddler? Am I just stealing the Riddler thing or what? I can't fucking tell anymore. I really can't. Is the Riddler fucking Batman's half brother, or am I making shit up now? I don't know. I mean, I remember the Riddler taunting Batman. See, this is the problem with all these goddamn movies. There's so many of them. Does the Batman have a half sibling? I mean, it'd be kind of interesting if he did. If his father was like, you know, a well-respected doctor, and well-respected men with money tend to have affairs, as I'm, you know, researching. So it'd be interesting if he did have a half sibling. But like I said, maybe I'm making this shit up. Maybe this is the Riddler. Maybe I'm stealing my own imagination from these assholes. But in any event, let's move forth. So, what did you think? You know, I enjoyed it. I mean, many things came to mind. There was a few, like, refrains. You haven't given up on me, Alfred. Never, sir. You know, and, like, the whole beginning of the movie with I totally forgot about this Shadow League or League of Shadows. Liam Neeson. Totally forgot he was in this thing. He looks very spry in this. He must have been 55 or 56, but he looked very spry. Kind of coming off the Star Wars movies, you know, a few years earlier, and before he started, you know, rescuing kidnapped children in every fucking movie. But Liam Neeson is kind of this tweener, you know, starts as a good guy, becomes a bad guy. Who's the fuck? I was going to stick around for the end credits. Who was it? Was it Gary Oldman, or is it somebody else that played the Scarecrow? I totally forgot about the fucking Scarecrow being in this thing. That was a kind of a cool villain. I kind of dug the Scarecrow villain. And I think this one and the next one, maybe not the next one, but the third one with Catwoman, and the one that one sucks. You know, the fucking whatever the fuck, Batman Returns or whatever the fuck it is. No, that's the fucking Michelle Pierce one, Michelle Pfeiffer. What's the one with that one? Bane. Horrible. So I'm probably, my plan is on Tuesday I'm going to see The Dark Knight, and I think I'm going to skip the third one because I didn't like the third one, although I did like Anne Hathaway. I do like that clip on YouTube of her and the interview guy who's asking her about her physical condition, and she turns it around on the asshole. But that movie did stink, I thought. But you know what? I didn't have many fond memories of this one either. But I enjoyed this one, so maybe it was just me. I mean, I just remember the third one with Bane, and it's like what do you call it? Like Occupy Gotham. It's just so stupid. They're all underground and they're all, oh, you know, it's just dumb. But this one I liked. I mean, what else? They had all these like catchphrases and shit. Like I just said, you haven't given up on me, and why do we fall down, Alfred, so we can learn to pick ourselves up again? Okay. I mean, not always, but for a while I confused Morgan Freeman's character, was it A.R. Fox or R.A. Fox, with the Alfred character. But they kind of serve the same thing. They're both like the wise guy, the old wise man looking out for you. I mean, you know what I mean? There's also a professional wrestler, AEW, A.R. Fox. I put all this shit together. I guess A.R. Fox, did he name himself after this Morgan Freeman character in this movie? Did he? I don't know. What else? Katie Holmes. This is my big concern. What's happened, Miss Katie? I mean, what's happened to her? Did the Scientology fucks ruin her career because she wanted to leave Golden Boy over there, Tom Cruise? You tell me. Just haven't seen the beautiful Katie Holmes. Although this is the thing. They talk about chemistry. I think even Val Kilmer and Nicole Kidman had better chemistry. I think Katie, you know, look, I don't fucking know. I don't know this woman, but I mean, it seemed like she was a little restrained, and like her end kiss with Bruce Wayne, it seems like she's kind of snarling. Like if you'll see the end kiss where she's going in to kiss Bruce Wayne, she's kind of snarling. And then she gives, at the end of the movie, she gives him this whole fucking lecture series. Like, the guy just saved the goddamn city, and he burned down his mansion in the process. And now you're making him jump through more hoops. I mean, what does a guy have to do to get a piece of action around here, Katie? I mean, Christ. It's just weird. It's just, oh, I know you just rescued the whole city, and you just showed bravery beyond human comprehension, and you just burned down your family's wonderful mansion that you inherited from your parents that were killed. But I'm going to give you more bullshit because I'm a fucking woman. Oh, thanks, Kate. But anyway, I felt like, in my opinion, those two characters, those two actors, it had a very fraternal, sibling-esque. They kind of look like siblings. It looks like Christian Bale is Katie Holmes' older brother. It did not feel romantic to me. Like I said, what's the original thing? Oh yeah, Michael Keaton and fucking Kim Basinger. Although she could have chemistry with a tree. I mean, you know. And the Batman romances, I mean, you tell me. Anne Hathaway, and I think Anne Hathaway smoked it up a little bit with Christian Bale, as in sexiness. And what's the most recent one? Whatever the fuck. But these two, it didn't feel very chemistry. I didn't feel the chemistry. I did not feel sexual tension. I don't think Katie Holmes, no offense to her, nice lady, I'm sure, but I just don't feel like, you know, she did not, hashtag asshole, I guess. I just don't feel like she matured well in film. And what do I mean by that? I think she was like ideal as like a teen actress, like as a young person, early 20s, you know, plight, you know, teenage angst type of actress character. I think she was better as a teen, you know what I mean? And I think she's just one of these people that when, you know, if you kind of grew up with her as a teen, it's not like, I'm trying to think of a good comparison. Jodie Foster, Alyssa Milano, like some of these actresses age pretty well into maturity, but others you just kind of feel like probably the worst case example is, you know, Joni, rest in peace, from Happy Days. You know what I mean? Like there's just some actresses, I guess, that they're kind of pigeonholed as a child actor, child character, young character, teenage character. Kimberly Drummond from Different Strokes, rest in peace. I mean, it just seems like some people have that look where you want to get old with them, or you want to see them go through the process of life, and some you just want to stay children forever. So not to play fucking Hansel and Gretel with Katie Holmes' life. I mean, she's been through enough with the Scientology fucks. I'm just saying, I don't think she aged well as far as like a mature leading woman. My fucking opinion, hashtag whatever the fuck, just my thoughts. I would need evidence to show me otherwise. And maybe I'm forgetting them something. I keep seeing Pieces of April at the fucking dollar bin by the fucking way. I bought a nice movie today at the Dollar Tree. I bought this movie. I'm probably going to watch it. I actually bought some discs to sell, but I'm going to watch this because I think it looks pretty good for a fucking $1.25. They should call it the $1.25 tree, inflation. Any fucking goddamned way. This is not a live interactive video. I tried to do one yesterday on One Pro Wrestling and Sports Fan, and fucked me in the ass. I had my fucking Blu-ray headphones on, so the audio came out like shit because the fucking headphones were right here. I thought the audio was fine. It's all muffled. So you can't conquer everything. You can't do it all. So now I'm going to go home. There's a UFC fight night on. I'm going to watch that. Everything's exciting. International Batman Day. If you missed today's Saturday, the whatever the fuck, I guess the 15th to the 16th. So, and so forth. So that's it, folks. So yeah, One Pro Wrestling and Sports Fan is the other channel. One Man in a Camera Films, if you want to see my goddamn movies that I put my heart and soul into. Christopher Nolan, I tip my fucking hat. I was impressed by this thing. I know that I'll really like to see, you know, the late, great Heath Ledger. The role that did not kill him, because he actually had filmed some other movies that I think were even finished after the Joker performance, you know, in Batman, whatever the fuck's, The Dark Knight. Ooh, presumptuous. So, I mean, I'm a fan of that one. My buddy Eric Roberts, who you can see me interviewing, I believe that's on whatever the fuck, on one of my channels. Maybe this one, maybe One Pro Wrestling and Sports Fan. Maybe it's on both. You'll have to do some investigation. Whatever the fuck. Like my movies, links and all that crap. You can find my books up there in the corner. You can find my art on One Artist Mike Messier, or you could do nothing. That's it, folks. Have a nice day. Assholes.